Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new Apex irons from Callaway.
Nick, are you still in the mode of pinch me a little bit because of where you are now? And are you?
I mean, I should be playing the USAM this week, and I just got done playing around the golf with Scottie, so it was pretty cool.
I was going to ask you, would you have been defending your title if you?
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
You would have been.
Yeah, I mean, don't win Amex. I don't have any status. I think Luke Clanton did it. He finished second. It's just kind of, you get 2 points, a heck of a week, get some NIL out of it, and move on. But yeah, it's definitely pinched me almost every week.
What have you done? What have you done well each day this week? Not just today, but what's been the key?
Putted really nicely all 3 days. My lines on my putter have looked great. Everything's kind of matched up. Played great, honestly, the front nine, and for whatever happened on the back, I just hit some really loose shots, and putter kept me in it, hit some good chips, and all added up to even par.
You turn on the USAM at night, it's on?
Yeah, absolutely. I've tried to watch it every day that I can. I haven't seen what's been going on today yet, but I've watched it most days.
As accomplished as you are already with 2 wins, I mean, you walk off the golf course with the number one and a former world number one in Justin. Are there things that you can learn just by being with them for 18 holes?
Yeah, absolutely. It was. I've played with Scottie a couple times in practice rounds, but to actually play, a real tournament with him and see kind of what he does with certain pins, with certain wins, it was very impressive, and I can see why he's done what he's done, and it definitely gives me something to work on.
Nick, you said you're 20 years old. You just finished around with Scottie Scheffler and Justin Rose, a couple of guys who have accomplished big things in this sport, and yet you seem really unflappable. What is it about your mindset or your game itself that allows you to kind of stay cool, calm, and collected in a situation like this?
Yeah, I'm just trying to kind of do my own thing. I think Hunter does a really good job of keeping me level-headed, and we've got a game plan, and we're just going to go out and try to execute that and get it in the hole as least amount of shots as possible.
Nick, can you talk us through your adventure at 12 today?
Yeah, I almost missed the ball completely on the tee. My right hand kind of slipped off the club a little bit, and I thought it was out of bounds. I didn't even know there was grass over there, to be honest with you. I thought it was houses, but got a good break, was able to kind of hit it, back left. We really didn't know how far it was over the water. We were just kind of eyeballing it. We had a rough guesstimate, and then, hit it up there, was able to kind of bump it up the green, and got it pretty close and was able to make a putt.
Nick, you're five back of Hideki. How do you assess your chances going into tomorrow?
Yeah, 17 under is pretty good out there. It's really solid, but no, same thing. Go out there and kind of execute what I'm trying to do, and hopefully it's enough.
Nick, once again, you got off to a hot start, birding 1 and 2. What have you seen in those first few holes, like you did yesterday, and what's been the key to kind of attacking early?
Yeah, I think the first couple holes they're fairly gettable if you're able to hit it in the fairway and can give you some wedges and a couple books. I don't know. If hit some good wedges, hit some good tee shots in those holes, and made a couple putts.
You played in the worst of it 2 days in a row. Can you just talk about the heat and the conditions out here and how you stay with it?
It's pretty hot. My trainer, Clark, from Alabama, he's here helping me this week, and been doing cold tubs, hydrating as much as I can. I've been eating more than I normally do on the golf course. I feel like that's a big thing this week. Try not to let it, consume you. It is hot, but everybody's got to deal with it.
Nick, you put yourself in a great position to get to Colorado next week, a year on from where you won the USAM. Can you even put into perspective what you've done this year?
Yeah, I'm honestly looking forward to a little bit of a break and to kind of recap the year and sit back and celebrate and look back on some of the things that have happened this year is honestly incredible, and I never would have thought I'd be standing here, but I'm very fortunate, and hopefully I can look back in a few more weeks.
You're seeing more and more good things out of your swing, as you talked about, still maybe a couple of loose swings, but more and more good.
Yeah, it's like a lot of the good swings are, I'm seeing those more often. The ball's starting to behave like I'm expecting it to. And even the misses, like some of the bad shots, I can feel that I'm still reverting back to old habits, but the misses are way smaller than they used to be before they would be off the planet. Whereas now it's manageable, and I can make a nice up and down or make a long putt or whatever it is. So it's a lot easier to to play golf when you kind of see the dispersion pattern is starting to shrink.
Some of the guys were picking up mud earlier in the week. How much is this golf course drying out and getting faster?
Yeah, there was no mud balls today. As you said, had a couple ones the first couple of days, but nothing too crazy. You would have maybe a couple specks here and there, but nothing that would hurt you too badly. And right now it's getting really, really firm.
With all the water on this golf course, does it teach you as much about your game as you need to know, just in terms of going bogey-free around this golf course today?
Yeah, did a good job of just being patient and on a lot of the holes, especially where there were water. I kind of took my medicine and at least picked a spot that was pretty far away from the pin and actually pushed a couple of shots. Like on 11, I hit a little bit closer than what I was aiming, and even on 15 as well, I pushed a 50 degree that ended up pretty close or on the right side of the pin. So a couple of spots like that, but at least when there's water in play and the pins are tucked so close, I'm trying to give myself a decent amount of margin, because that's just what you can do. You get a little cute and be aggressive, you can easily dump it in the water, and you just can't do that out here.
Viktor, just one bogey in your last 36 holes. What's been the key to your consistency these last 2 rounds?
Yeah, just hitting it a lot better. Yesterday I felt like I made a few more good up and downs, and I just made a bunch of putts, and then I also hit a few approach shots that were really close to the pin, so I made a lot of birdies, but I also had to scramble for pars. Today I didn't really feel like I had to scramble all day. It was just on 3, I hit it in the greenside bunker and had a terrible lie and hit it over the green and had to make maybe a 6-7 footer for par, and that was about it. Or else, the whole day I was just kind of 2-putting or putting from the fringe, or just made easy pars. So it's nice to play stress-free golf again.
I mean, it's a golf course where there's opportunity and there's a lot of trouble. It can be tough to close out on the back nine. There's a lot of water coming down the stretch, and so try to get off to a good start. And Hideki's obviously playing some fantastic golf, but do my best to put a little bit of pressure on him and see what happens.
Anything you feel like you have to tighten up, clean up ahead of tomorrow?
I mean, just get the ball like a little bit closer to the hole and just get myself more opportunities. Today I felt like I said, I got away with some stuff, so hopefully clean that up a little bit and give myself a lot more opportunities tomorrow.
Scott, I know you're focused on your game, but playing alongside Dick today, such a young guy, what impressed you most about him and the way he played?
I mean, he's talented across the board. He hits it nice, he putts it really good, he's got a great short game as well. So he's got all the tools to be a great player out here, and you've obviously seen that so far this year with both of his wins. And so, yeah, he came out ready to play, and he's got all the talent in the world, and I think we're going to be seeing him for a long time.
In Paris, you talked about seeing the leaderboard at the turn on Sunday and how far back you were, and then did you change anything to shoot 29 or just some putts dropped? Like, did you play more aggressively because of how far back you were?
I mean, at times I would be slightly more aggressive. Like, I think the approach shots I hit into 15 and 16 in Paris were definitely more of shots that I would attempt when I'm pressing to catch the lead. If you saw me leading by 2-3 shots, you probably would see the ball land past the pin on 15, a little left of the pin on 16. But yeah, it changed the strategy a little bit, and going into tomorrow, I'll do what I can to put some pressure on Hideki, but if he goes out tomorrow and shoots another 5-6 under, he's going to be a pretty tough guy to catch, but I'm definitely not totally out of the tournament.